have you heard of the Berkeley Pit?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about where we're from.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an Army brat, but I've been all over the place. I was born in a place called Butte, Montana.
I've been through it. That's where Close Encounters of the Third Kind ends, right?
I don't recall, and I'm very bad at that because I know a lot of other things about Butte, Montana.
All right.
So it was a copper mining town. It still, well, it kind of is, back in like the 1800s and all that. And the Berkeley Pit is really terrifying in that in the late 1970s, so relatively recently, they mined it too much, and it's just like a pit of gross water that's acidic.
Right, right.
And it's slowly growing.
Uh-huh.
It's terrifying.
Right.
And it's like the only thing about Butte, Montana other than Evel Knievel. And there's a wonderful documentary. It's like a little 8 to 10 minute YouTube video about it.
Yeah.
About how it's terrifyingly growing, and it's a recent thing. And it's
how is it growing? Are they just adding to it, or is
water?
it?
It's got
Right,
water
with
in
rain.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's quite terrifying but fascinating.
Yeah, I wonder what actually goes into copper tailings. Because, yeah, you would have to get it out of some kind of ore.
Yeah.
And then process the ore to get the metal out, and those redox reactions are brutal.
Yeah,
Like,
they have to scare the birds off the lake, or they will die.
Right.
The lake, it's the pit. It's a pit with water in it, so
Right.
as much of a lake as it could be.
I always come back to this, but Kate Beaton, who does a webcomic, did a comic about her experience working in the Alberta tar sands called Ducks, and it's called Ducks because one of the events that happens in it is a flock of ducks lands in one of the water retention ponds, and they all die.
Yeah. Oof.
Funny though.
Tom Scott, that's who it was.
Oh, okay. Neat. The
Yeah.
Devil's Tower's in Wyoming, not Montana. Okay.
That's the video.
Neat.
And that's the pit behind him. And yeah, they dug too much too quickly. But it's not like copper mining in Butte has been around for 150 years, like 1800s. Right. But this is a recent, like within my parents who lived in Montana for that much time, and they've seen it. And my dad has often joked that when he goes, I'm just going to chuck him in.
Right. Yeah, like a literal toxic waste.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
like
yeah.
Huh.
Troubling.
Yeah, very troubling.
Profoundly troubling.